2, 1.
Yep. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday Talk.
Yep. This is Monday's RPG Talk, and today we're talking about something new.
What's today's topic?
Well, an RPG what's supposed to keep the spirit of 5e, but with like a new system called Tales of the Valiant. It's for, as you might, more people might have heard of from Project Black Flag. This
Excellent.
is the alpha release, and it's from
What's
Cobalt
today's
Press.
topic?
Well, an RPG. I'm planning. I want to plan to do maybe test this out a little bit later, and you know,
Yeah.
see if
Excellent.
it's a good system. More people might have heard of from. Here's all the directors, like lead designer,
No
Cobalt
problem.
Warrior.
So, do you want to give us like a premise of the game?
And it's from. Well, first off, it has. I don't know if you ever been in Cobalt. Have you ever done Cobalt Press? Any other products?
Not really. But what I'll do is I'll put a link to what you're looking at in the description below, so people can follow along whilst we talk about it.
Oh, this is you have. This is like the bot product, basically.
Yep, no problem. But we'll put in the link
First off,
where to read it.
Yeah. So this is basically we're gonna do a basic introduction of Tales of the Valiant, and like how
But what I'll do is I'll put
what it does.
a
It
link
has
to
everything you need: optional rules, how to use the monsters, stat blocks,
Brilliant.
how to make your basic characters like cleric, fighter, wizard, and rogue. But first, we're just gonna go over what is Tales of the Valiant.
Excellent.
So as an introduction, it is basically a universe of infinite worlds linked by twisted corridors of magic.
Brilliant.
Here you find realms like Midgar, Hades, dreadful domains, and homebrew creations tied together by a mysterious will of the maze. These countless worlds rarely resemble one another on the surface, but have one unifying truth: heroes shape them.
Nice.
That's basically the introduction. What is a Tales of the Valiant game? A Tales of the Valiant game is a role-playing game. Is a action-oriented game that pits a group of heroic adventurers against a myriad of dangers found in fantasy worlds. Players explore unique locations and embark on adventuring quests using their imagination. It's also compatible with D&D 5th edition and the Dragons.
So
It can
is
be
this
used as D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons like? Is it a So what is it like? A scenario for Dungeons and Dragons? Is it?
No, however, Tales of the Valiant is a separate role-playing game, moving in its own direction.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
It's compatible with D&D 5th edition.
Yeah. But it's its own thing. Cool.
Yes, it's its own thing. Sorry about that. I got something stuck in my throat. It is an RPG, but I don't think we need to explain RPG or role of the game master or role of the player. It has the same dice as D&D because they don't have copyright over this. Some of the projects, so they're basically taking what's not copyrighted in D&D 5e, putting it into the game, but making it go in its own separate direction.
All right.
So I thought this might be like a really good game we should look into.
Sounds good.
In addition to alpha release and set of dice, each player needs a printed or digital character sheet. Additional resources like maps, character tokens, pencils and paper, or digital taking platforms are all helpful as well. What is an alpha release? This is basically the first version they're willing to share with the public.
Okay.
So you might find like bugs, emissions, and like broken elements. And they're willing to take feedback to change the things what they have. Basically, their Kickstarter right now is basically get the alpha release on everything else, and they'll eventually release the full game. They already have some of the campaigns filled out for it.
Yeah.
What's in here? Character creation, playing the game, equipment and magic items, spell casting, monsters, and a monsters, basically.
Yeah.
And the core rule elements of the fantasy game. Fantasy world have magic, heroic adventures, unique locations to explore, power struggles and systems, and conflict. I'm just summarizing these here because I don't want to read it all through you. So people could see some things themselves, basically.
Yeah, no worries. Sounds good.
Yep. The character creation on this.
Yeah.
Make sure you have all this basic material. Create a character construct, choose a class, what I talked about here.
Yeah.
Choose ability scores, basically same ability scores as D&D, but because those are not copyrightable.
Mm-hmm.
Method 1, rolling dice. Point buy. And standard array.
Cool.
And find ability modifiers. Basically, it goes over how ability modifiers. Choose a lineage. Tell you about certain hereditary traits such as average lifespan, size, and speed. Choose the heritage. The traits of your character have become because of their connection to a typical group or society. So basically, what part of group they're part of, where they came from, where they lived.
Yeah.
Background, like skill proficiencies, talents, and languages learned. You can fill in the blanks. You can pick up spells and equipment. And you can choose character classes. Now there's a lot more I could tell you, like what's different, but I'm just going to show you how similar this is to D&D, because none of these are copyrighted things.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of things that are different, would make its own system.
Cool.
Which we'll go over later. But as of right now, there's only 4 classes, but there will be a lot more, and you can also use the D&D stuff to help with a little modification to bring it into Tales of the Valiant.
Nice.
As long as they're not copyrighted, of course. Like the Dragonborn are copyrighted.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put a little spotlight on it without giving too much information away.
Yeah.
I think that should be everything, you know?
That sounds good to me.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I always like different settings and ways to use different settings always welcome, aren't they?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
This reminds me of the start of Pathfinder, because Pathfinder originally started as a separation from D&D.
Yeah.
3.5 edition. This seems like another separation from 5e, slowly becoming more of its own thing over time.
Yeah.
Except that they're going a little farther than normal.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought about it, and I thought I would like to try it. I already got my first adventure for it.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's not digital; it's only physical dice. So
yeah, fair enough.
Well, that's it for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.